from the Kitty Natatorium in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. It is a Patriot League swim meet. Bucknell hosting Loyola with these programs about ready for the Patriot League tournament. That's going to be the Patriot League meet beginning in just over a month here from Lewisburg. We begin this meet with the women's 200 medley relay. Bucknell D is in lane 1. Lane 1, bottom of your screen. Loyola C in lane 2. Bison B in lane 3. Loyola A is in lane 4 in the middle of your screen, and you see it right there in the top right. In terms of the lane assignments, the Bison A will be in lane 5, followed by Loyola B, Bucknell C, and Loyola D. So the 200 medley relay, and right now Loyola A has a nice little lead here. Lily Mead, their reigning all Patriot League first teamer, gave them a nice cushion with Avery Stimmel ready to hit the wall, and she does. So Haley Robinson, the sophomore, jumps in. Now Bucknell trying to make up some ground in lane 5 there. Sam Benza is trying to work her way to catch up. But it is lane 4 and Loyola A that maintains the lead, trying to take first to get this race underway. Freestyle caps off the 200 medley relay. Charlie Tullio looking to win it for the Greyhounds. She's making great time. The Loyola faithful behind us are cheering. And they have first in 1:43.56. At the H2O UNDS Invitational, Loyola got 1:39.77. That's the third best time in the league this year, but a few seconds off that, they do just fine. 23:38 on the final split there. So Loyola, and Bucknell. So the Greyhounds jump out to a lead after taking first and second. So nice work for Loyola. Turns us over to the men's 200 medley relay. Now on the men's side of things, these have been the teams that have split third and fourth in the Patriot League for the last 4 years. Well, the last 4 seasons they've had the Patriot League meets. Obviously 2021 there was not a league meet during COVID. And the league meet alternates between Navy and Bucknell. Again, the Loyola and Bucknell right in the middle, A and A. Beginning with the backstroke here. We'll see if Loyola can take another medley relay. It's Joe Hayburn, the sophomore, younger of the two Hayburns. His brother Patrick will swim third. Got a length plus lead there. Brennan Coyle. 200 medley team has a second place time in the Patriot League regular season of 1:25.15 for Loyola. And see if they can work their way towards that. Lane 6 making up some ground. That's Loyola B. Caleb Kelly So we're underway in the 1,000-yard free. And after the Bison women with a strong showing in the 1,000-yard free, we'll see if the Bucknell men can follow suit. They've got 3 swimmers who have topped 25 times in the Patriot League coming into this race. That would be Shoemaker in lane 3. William Shoemaker, 17th in the Patriot League with his extracted 9:32.11 at the Bucknell Invite earlier this year. Chris Kopak is not in this race. He put up a 9:39.20 in that same meet. And in the Bucknell Army meet last week, Alexander Crossing, who you see is in lane 5, put together a 9:39.89, good for 25th in the Patriot League coming into this one. On the distance side, a few really good extracted 1,000-yard freestyle times for the Loyola Greyhounds. Alex Plavoco, the senior swimmer, he's in lane 4, and his 9:22.82 extracted from the H2 ounce. I don't know if they say H2 ounce or it's 8, because they're the Loyola Greyhounds, and they have a that's their thing. They go H2OUNDS. So if I'm pronouncing it wrong, sincere apologies to the Greyhounds faithful tuning in. We appreciate you watching this meet here. But Plavoco leads the way, the senior, 8th best time in the league, and Kieran Leary, 12th best in the league. Leary is in lane 8, all the way at the top of your screen. That to be the 9th time touching, and Plavoco in 4 is paving the way. Him and Leary 1-2 right now. Loyola actually with a 1-2-3 situation here. Freshman Matthew Hughes in 6 has 3rd right now. So the Greyhounds out ahead here on the men's side. They took 1-2-3 in the 200 medley. So a strong start for Loyola on the men's side here in this Patriot League dual meet. About a month away from the Patriot League Championship swim meet. These teams have been neck and neck behind Navy and Army. It's been Bucknell and Loyola trading places in the 3 and 4 spots for the last handful of years. And we'll see what Bucknell can do in its home pool. Last time they were here at Kinney was a couple of years ago. They swapped between Kinney as well as going to Navy in the Lejeune Hall there. Last year, Loyola edged out Bucknell, taking 3rd at Navy. Navy has won the last 20 Patriot League swim meets on the men's side, and on the women's side, 12 straight for the mids. But Army had a win in the Star meet this year. We'll see if things change. If the Black Knights can win a league title as a team, a lot to be decided here. Bucknell last year with Chris Kopak getting first team all-league honors. Henry Mueller for Loyola did the same, as well as Max Verheyen for the Greyhounds. The Hayburn brothers, Harry Hearn and Caleb Kelly for Loyola, second teamers last year, with Bucknell having Andy Dorsal, Chris Fabian, and John Gehrig, second teamers in 24. Alex Plavoco has put up a top 10 time in the league already this year with how he's motoring ahead of the pack. His 2 teammates a few lanes removed from him. Right now it's 1-2-3 Greyhounds, and the Bison swimmers are giving chase, but are swimming from a significant distance right now. About to be the 24th time touching. Touch 40 times to complete 1,000 yards. Plavakos in front. Hughes and Leary in 6 and 8, second and third. So the team score is looking like Loyola can really get a significant edge here out of the gates in their first two men's races. And Leary turns to take third on that last split. Bucknell really pushing itself, crossing at a sub-30 time there. But very well could be too much ground to make up. We shall see. We're really seeing Crossing in 5 make some positive movement here. He might sneak his way into third. Not quite. Goodman in 4 has 4th right now, so Loyola has the top 4. But again, mentioning Crossing in lane 5, trying to keep up. Lane 1, remember, is the bottom of your screen. That's unoccupied. So the first lane you see, looking at the bottom of your screen, is lane 2. And that is where Jonah Goodman, the senior for Loyola, is swimming. So Plavako keeping steady pace. Only got to touch 7 more times. As Plavako looking to get another first place for the Greyhounds. After this, we go to the women's 200-yard freestyle. There'll be 2 heats there. So we're about to close in on the final 2 laps after Plavako and Hughes touch here. Hear that bell. They're ringing it. Here we go. Let's see if it's a 1, 2, 3 for Loyola. Might be a 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Greyhounds, but it is Crossing in third. He has really done a nice job fighting his way back into this. Alexander Crossing put up a 9:39.89 in this event in the Army meet last week. Plavako and Hughes take 1, 2. Crossing cruises in. It's a race between him and Goodman, and Crossing gets there in 9:41.46 to give the Bison third. Goodman 4th as Leary finishes 5th. Shoemaker and Franks coming in to close it out here. So another strong performance for the Loyola Greyhounds. Plavako about 10 seconds off his best time of the year, but it's good for a first place finish for Loyola. An important third place there for Alex Crossing. Here's the women's 200 free. Let's see if Bucknell can catch up here. Clara Renner had a relay leadoff time of 1:49.11 in this event in the Bucknell Invitational. That's the third best of anybody in the Patriot League this year. They're not putting Renner out there for this, and then Loyola's top option in this has been Lily Mead, the reigning All-Patriot League first teamer. She had a relay leadoff of 1:50.04 in this, fifth best in the league. Gabby Jones in 2 for Loyola, Virginia Hastings in 3 for the Bison, Michaela Schultz in 4 for Loyola, Riley Giles in 5 for Bucknell, Lauren Lane has lane 6 for Loyola, Jennifer Bolden 7 for Bucknell, and Kate O'Brien 8 for Loyola. Giles, Hastings, Schultz, and Jones. That was the order the last time they touched. Getting down the stretch here. These lanes 3, 4, 5 that your attention should pan to right here in terms of who's going to finish first potentially. On the last split, Bolden in 7, making up some ground. This has not been one of Loyola's strongest events as a team. And the Bison will take 1-2. Giles slightly before Hastings. Schultz and Jones follow. And then O'Brien, Lane after Bolden. So Bucknell cleans up in the 200 freestyle, with Riley Giles and Virginia Hastings getting 1-2 there. 3 of the top 4 go to the Bison. And we'll have one more heat for this race. It's Ellie Davis going for Loyola, and Laura Latham, a senior for Loyola. So figure a good chance for them to get an extra event under their belts. Presumably will not count for the dual meet scoring. Next up after this heat will be the men's 200 free. See how that fares. Bucknell's got 2 top 20 times in the league in that event. Loyola has rendered 3, led by Henry Mueller, finished 11th in terms of times completed this season. So lead over teammate Davis here. Second and final heat of a 200 freestyle. Loyola coach Ryan Loeffler in his 33rd year as the head coach. He's been associated with Loyola swimming for now 38 years. Reigning Patriot League Coach of the Year on the men's side. So it's Latham ahead of the field. It's teammate Davis heading in there momentarily. And it'll be 157.33 for Latham. Davis draws cheers from the Loyola fans behind us at 2:02.49. Now we go on to the men's 200 free. Bucknell, as you see, the odd number lanes, Loyola the even numbers. There are the team scores, 30-6 in favor of Loyola. See when they flash the women's team score, how that's going to look. Mueller in lane 4 is the best time of anybody in this race this year. But it's even after 50 yards. See if we start to get some separation anywhere. And it looks like lane 3, Kotorski for Bucknell's got second. Kopak in first in lane 5. Heading to the final couple lengths here. Who's going to take the cake? Kotorski in 3, Kopak in 5, Mueller in 4. A whole host of competitors for first. Who will take it? It is Kopak 1, Bartz 2, Mueller 3. Kotorski got 4. Wow, that was close. Look at the times right there. Separation minimal. And while it was a nice win for Chris Kopak and the Bucknell Bison, Loyola on the team side of things was able to do a good job getting second and third there in a race that was very much up for grabs. We'll do a second heat here. Shoppis for Bucknell, senior in 3. Joe Coleman for Loyola in 4. Chris Kubiak for the Bison in 5, and Sam Sweetser is out there in lane 7 also for Bucknell in this extra heat. Shoppis from Seaford, New York, out on Long Island, Chaminade High School. About to reach the halfway point. Kubiak 1, Sweetser 2, Shoppis 3, Coleman in 4 for Loyola, but another one that is looking pretty close here. Hopefully have an updated team score shortly on the board we can bring to you. We'll have 2 breaks throughout this meet. This meet's being officiated by Joe Bohart. First one will be a 15-minute breather after the men's 50-yard freestyle. We're on event number 6 right now. That is event 14. So we got some time with us before we do step aside in a little while. And then there will be one more later in the meet. That'll be after the men's 100-yard fly, event 26. It'll be followed up by women's and men's 3-meter diving. Kubiak, Sweetser, Shoppis, Coleman, that's your 4. Let's go to the women's 100-yard backstroke here. Lily Mead, this is an event that she has led the way in the Patriot League, is the best time in the league this year. She is in lane 4. Lily Mead, the 100-yard back. She's won a few league titles in that respect. 3-time Patriot League swimmer of the meet this year is Lily Mead. She's got league titles in the 100 and 200-yard backstrokes. And you can see why. Well, you should be able to see why soon. There you go. Lily Mead leading the way, and it's not remotely close. She's going to have time to watch who finishes this one behind her. Lily Mead and everybody else right now. What an impressive swimmer for Loyola. 55-11. Second for Bucknell and Burns. Bruin for Loyola gets third. Bugle for the Bison 4. So Loyola 1-3, Bucknell 2-4. Lily Mead doing Lily Mead things. Lily Mead's best time at the U.S. Open Championships in Greensboro, North Carolina last month was 52.86. So here's the men's 100-yard backstroke. Just in terms of some of the times, this has been something that falls into Loyola's arsenal more so than Bucknell's. Greyhounds have 2 swimmers with top 10 times in this event this year. One of them is Henry Mueller. And also J.D. Moyer. Moyer is swimming in this one. Mueller is not. Moyer in lane 6. Freshman is the 5th best time in the league in their H2 ounce event that they held earlier in the year. Hayburn in 4 right now. And obviously there are 2 Hayburns. It's Joe Hayburn that's in 4. Patrick is in 2 for the Loyola Greyhounds. Loyola right now is looking 1, 2, 3. And not seeing resistance on that front. Hayburn 1, Moyer 2, Hayburn 3. 1, 2, 3 for the Hounds. So here's the women 100-yard breaststroke. As on the men's side, it's 54-20 in favor of Loyola. Two heats here. Loyola with the odd lanes, or sorry, the even lanes, and the Bison with the odd ones. Nobody in 1, nobody for Bucknell will be there. Nobody in 8 either, so. Sydney G for Bucknell has the 7th best time in the league this year in this event. Lily Mead the 3rd at the H2 ounce Invitational. She's not competing in this one for Bucknell or for Loyola. G in 5. She has some company though. It's Avery Stimmel, the senior for Loyola, is right there with her. along with Hannah Bingley in 3, the junior for the Bison. Right now, looks like G should have this, but it's close. Is there a push from Stimmel? G is there, extends the arms. About half a second before Stimmel. Bingley takes 3rd. Dokina for Bucknell 4th. So the Bison get 1-3-4. Have a second heat here. 2 Bison, 1 Greyhound. Jillian Camperlango and Ava Stallmeyer for Bucknell, and then Noelle Hoffman racing for Loyola in between them. After this, we'll go to the men's 100-yard breaststroke and on to the 200 flies, women first, men second, and then the 50-yard freestyles for each before we have our first break. So Loyola winning on both the men's and the women's side thus far, I believe. Men's score can confirm that. May have missed if they flashed the last women's score. An exhibition heat here to close out the 100-yard breaststroke. The men's breaststrokers are adjacent to the blocks, got off the deck, they're ready to roll. Loyola really does well in this event on the men's side as well. 4th, 5th, and 6th best times in the Patriot League this year between Brennan Coyle 4th, Michael Gosden 5th, and Michael Vennett 6th. And the bad news for Bucknell is all 3 will be racing in this event. Hoffman took the last one. And you see the women's team score. Actually, Bucknell is in front, so I apologize there for jumping the gun. The Bison will have a 49-44 lead. On the men's side, Loyola is really off to a strong start. See if there's some ground to make up for Bucknell here. But just went through some of the times this year for Loyola. Coyle's in 4 for the Greyhounds, Gosden in 6, Eisenman in 8, Vennett is in 2. We'll see who's in front at the halfway point. Looks like it will be Vennett. And it is, no, Coyle got there just before him. Coyle and Vennett 1-2. Awfully close. Loyola looking at possibly a 1-2-3-4 here. Just mentioned that Loyola's got a strong lead on the men's side. That lead's only going to get stronger. Gosden gets there first in 6, 55-35. Loyola takes 1-2-3-5. Bucknell sneaking in there with 4th from James Lombardi, who's got the best time on the team in this event. So 10 events in the books. We go to event number 11, women's 200 fly. In all, we'll have 32 events in this meet. The women's 200 fly here, 1 heat, all 8 lanes in usage. Clara Renner for Bucknell in 5, watch for her. In the meet against Navy and American earlier this year, Renner put up a 2:01.65, fourth best time in the Patriot League. Renner, the reigning league swimmer of the week. See her slightly out to that early edge. Riley Freed right next to her in 4. Going to be kind of tight between those two if this pace keeps up. Sunderhoff in 3, also not far off. Halfway home, it's Renner in front. Renner's lead might be expanding here. Clara Renner, the uber-talented freshman from Wellesley, Massachusetts, paving the way. Bucknell looking for a 1-2 here. Might be able to get it. Still got a couple more laps after this. Final 2. Renner and Sunderhoff in the driver's seat. Loyola could use a Freed second place here, but Sunderhoff half a length on her too. Renner looks like she's going to have this one with a little bit of breathing room. Renner's best time this year is 2:01.65. Will she beat that? She will not, but she will have first place. 2:03.04, Renner first, Sunderhoff 2, Freed 3. The Bison claim the top 2 spots. Men's 200 fly coming up here. Luke Dwyer has the best time for Loyola in that respect. Freshman for the Greyhounds. He is up there in lane 4. Shane Wynn in 3 for the Bison. 1:49.67 is his best work at the Bison Fall Invite. 13th best in the league. Andy Dorsal in lane 5. 18th best time in the league, 1:51.04. So Bucknell's top 2 time getters in this event are swimming. The Dwyer, Moyer, Hearn, and Shinnick have all put up better times than that. So let's see if Loyola can do some damage here on the team score side. Hearn in front in 2. Harry Hearn trying to get his team another top spot. Now we're seeing Shinnick make up some ground in 8. Shinnick is in front. Shinnick is on the move. Hearn in 2, there to greet him. Dwyer in 4 is as well. Looks like a 1-2-3 for the Greyhounds. Shinnick followed by Dwyer and Hearn. The Bison with Dorsal and then Wynn in Park after Glazer snuck in between in 5th. Nice work for Loyola. Now it's 75-37 Greyhounds on the men's side. So the Bucknell women right now are really close with Loyola. On the men's side, it's a lopsided score. And it's now 86-26 on the men's side. So serious separation there. Women's 50 free. Closing in on our first break of the meet. See who's going to get there first. This will be tight. Lane 4, and Robinson looks to have the slight edge. Robinson in 23.96. Ketron and Tulio follows. So Bucknell with second. Loyola with first and third. Fourth going to Kelly for the Bucknell Bison. That's Kyla Kelly getting fourth. Haley Robinson took that top spot. And then Bucknell sophomore Sarah Ketron in second, with Charlie Tulio in third for Loyola. So the men's 50-yard freestyle here. It's going to get us to our first break after this. Justin DeSanto, Bucknell's top time in this event. He's in 4. Patrick Hayburn leading the way for Loyola in this. He is not racing here. Or rather, no, he's behind Kelly. Caleb Kelly is racing. Kelly is in 4, and Kelly is in front. Will Kelly get there before everybody? Yes, indeed. Caleb Kelly put up a 2019. Not far off his best time this year. Russell takes second, DeSanto third, so Bucknell gets 2-3 as they try and fight their way back in on the team score side. But Caleb Kelly, another strong performance in the 50-yard freestyle. Finn Russell getting second for Bucknell. And Hans Van Leerup finishing fourth for the Loyola Greyhounds. So we're at the halfway mark of our Patriot League swim meet. We'll take a look at some divers when we come back. Women's 1-meter diving coming up, followed by the men before we resume on the swimming side with the 100-yard freestyle. Coming back in just a moment here on YouTube, Bucknell and Loyola. Back in the pool as we resume our swim meet today, the women's 100-yard freestyle, event number 17 on our 32 event docket from the Kinney Natatorium in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. Sam Cooperman with you. Happy Friday to you and yours. On the women's side, the meet's been very tight. Loyola has dominated on the men's swimming front. Halfway home in the women's 100 free. Middle lanes are paving the way. Lane 1 is all the way at the bottom of your screen, and lane 8 is up top. Neck and neck in 3 and 4 and 5, and it's 5. Kelly for Bucknell that'll take first. Bison take 1. Loyola gets 2-3. Robinson in lane 8 with a surge to get second. And then the Greyhounds will take third as well. So the women's team scores 80-70 Bucknell. So we'll see if the Bison can keep that slight control. Bucknell women, they had a really tight meet against Army last week, and it came down to the final relay. Black Knights taking that meet. Both of Loyola's swim teams are 5-2 this year. We're about a month away from Patriot League meets. Caleb Kelly in 4 for Loyola has the best time on the team and 4th best in the Patriot League this year. You see him a couple lengths ahead of the field. Coyle is the 2nd best time for Loyola, 7th best in the league, and it looks like those could be the 1-2 finishers. Nurek in 8 also closing in, but it'll comfortably be Loyola 1, Loyola 2. DeSanto for Bucknell takes 3rd to help lessen the blow on the team scoring side. But there's a long way to go for Bucknell on the men's swimming side of things here. A dominant performance for Loyola men's swimming so far. Second heat for the men's 100 free. Hans van Leerup in 2 for Loyola. Nick Schoppes for Bucknell is in 3. Dylan Covington for Loyola in 4. William Harpster for the Bison in 5. Luke Dwyer in 6 for Loyola. And Loyola will also put out Joe Coleman up there in 8. Here we go, second heat. After this, we'll go to the women's 200-yard backstroke and the men's 200 backstroke. Then we go 200 breaststroke, 200 breaststroke, 500 free, 500 free, and then 100 fly before we go back to a little diving during the break before the home stretch of the meet. So a little more than halfway there. Mentioned the men's score not particularly close. Right now, Schoppes in 3. Just trying to make moves. He ended up with 3rd, following Van Leerup and Dwyer. So Luke Dwyer takes 1, Hans Van Leerup 2. And Dylan Covington finished 4th for the Greyhounds. Women's 200 backstroke. We've talked a little bit about the dominance for Loyola in this respect, especially pertaining to Lily Mead. They're all Patriot League performer, one of the top women's swimmers in the league. Back-to-back 200-yard backstroke league championships for Mead. Last year did it in 156.24, but at this point in the season, you know she's your number 1 option in that event. So sometimes you you'll be strategic in how you utilize her. Mead is not going in the 200 here. Grace Dwyer, Loyola in 2. Talia Bugle for Bucknell. Lauren Lane for Loyola. Sophia Burns for Bucknell. Sammy Yerkes for Loyola. Kendall Lutke for Bucknell. And then Kira McGrath for Loyola up top in lane 8. Just hit the 3rd length with Lane in the driver's seat. Has Burns in 5 on her tail. And we're halfway done with the 200-yard backstroke. Told you before, the women's meet super close. Loyola 10 points behind Bucknell on the team side. Final 2 laps coming up. Can Sophia Burns make it interesting? She's a couple lengths behind. She really did a whole lot of time underwater there, and she's close. Burns, what a stretch here. Can she do it? Burns on the move. Yes! What a finish, and what a final length for Burns. Sophia Burns takes first, edging out Lauren Lane as the Bison will take first place in the women's 200-yard backstroke. Bucknell 1-3, Lauren Lane second. Yerkes for Loyola took 4th. What a race, and you can see it coming in terms of that underwater component. And that final lap to be able to do what Burns did there, awfully impressive. Men's team scores 117-52 in favor of Loyola entering this race. Flash the women's here when they're ready. Meantime, men's 200-yard backstroke kicking off. Joseph Hayburn with the 3rd best time in the Patriot League this year. Joe Hayburn's in lane 4, and he's leading the way early on. Henry Mueller with the 12th best time in the league. Mueller in lane 2. J.D. Moyer, 13th best in the league, set at the U.S. Open champ. He's in 6 for the Loyola Greyhounds. Backstroke tends to be Loyola's top event as a program, just looking through the numbers. And, of course, what Lily Mead has done on that side for Loyola. But what a win in that last race on the women's side for Sophia Burns, the freshman for Bucknell. That to be 150 yards in. It is Hayburn. Clocked in that last split at 27.87. It's really, really good. Hayburn pushing the pace. And Hayburn has got 3, 4, maybe even 5 lengths ahead. Not quite 5, call it 4. Hayburn's gonna cruise. Joe Hayburn in 147.90. Moyer follows him, Mueller does as well. That's a 1-2-3 for the Hounds. That's 5 seconds off what he did at the H2 Hounds race early in the season back in November. But Joe Hayburn dominates, and Moyer and Mueller follow suit. Braden Beagle had the top time for Bucknell, finishing 4th. Doing a second heat here before we head over to the women's 200-yard breaststroke. Nikita Butyutsky is in lane 3. Saw Shinnick have a really nice performance earlier, already winning a race today. Cameron Shinnick in 4. And in 5, it's Caleb Hagedorn. Bucknell with the odd lanes here. Heading to the midway point of the 200-yard backstroke second heat. Bucknell, a lot of ground to make up on the men's side. Women's aspect of this dual meet is really, really close. Just one quick swing away from either Bucknell potentially pulling away on the women's side a little bit, or Loyola being right back in it. Just takes one really dominant race. Kyla Kelly for Bucknell being able to take first in the freestyle, 100-yard freestyle before, and then in the 200 backstroke, what Sophia Burns did to get the top spot for the Bison. Awfully impressive stuff. Hagedorn in 5. Looking to close out. Shinnick is a length and a half behind. Hagedorn in 1:52.33 gets it done. A little more than half a second on Shinnick. And Butyutsky following suit. So here's the 200-yard breaststroke. Gonna get to see Lily Mead in action, one of the top swimmers in the Patriot League. Mead is in lane 4. She clocked a 2:13.02 in this event at the H2 Ounds Invitational a couple months back at the Mangione Aquatic Center. Mead in 4. Sunderhoff is right near her in 3. Sky Sunderhoff had a 2:19.67 at the Bucknell Invitational. And Kelly Byrne, who's not in this race, had a 2:19.68 in that race. So they were just 1 second apart at the Bucknell Invite from each other. Now that's 6+ seconds behind Lily Mead's best work. So we'll see if either, well, shouldn't say either, if Sunderhoff can push this one here. And I say that because Byrne is not competing in this event. So Mead's got a body length lead here. Also seeing some nice work from Sydney G in lane 5, freshman for the Bucknell Bison. That's the top 3 thus far. Heading to the 6 lengths mark. 150 yards in. Mead in front. Sunderhoff in second. G right behind her. Bucknell currently positioned to take 2-3. Lily Mead ahead of the field. Loyola certainly counting on their top swimmer to pave the way in terms of the dual meet score. And we'll see when they flash that again. Mead will have a comfortable margin here. Not her best time of the season, but she'll take 2:18.66 and watch for a couple seconds. Sunderhoff 2:21.26. G 2:23.26. Bucknell gets 2-3. Well, Hoffman finishing 4th for Loyola. And it was Hannah Bingley rounding it out for the Bucknell Bison. We'll do one more heat here. So the second heat in the 200-yard breaststroke. Two Bison, one Greyhound out there. Kate O'Brien is a sophomore for Loyola. Jillian Camperlango in 3, a senior for the Bison. And Ava Stallmeyer for Bucknell is a junior. Halfway home in the second heat. Final two lengths. Stallmeyer out ahead. Stallmeyer pushing hard. And she's looking to finish this one before everybody else. .225.78. Stallmeyer takes first, Camperlango and O'Brien following second and third. Here's the men's 200-yard breaststroke. The men's dual score is lopsided as we currently have it. But still a lot individually to iron out. Another one of the areas where Loyola really excels. Gosden's got the 4th best time in the league. Vennett, the 8th best time this season, and Eisenman has the 10th best. Eisenman in 2, Gosden in 4, Vennett is in 6. Andy Dorsal is Bucknell's top performer in this event. Will Hedges just behind him, 11th and 13th best times in the league, respectively. Dorsal in 5, Hedges in 7. James Lombardi is in 3. He's got a 30th best time in the league. Elias Korn, freshman for Loyola, at the top of your screen in 8. 200-yard breaststroke here. Third length. I believe Eisenman's the one who hit that wall first. Let's see what it looks like after this length. It is dorsal, followed by Eisenman and Gosden. So dorsal out to a really strong start in 5. More than halfway through. Seeing who can make up the most ground underwater. Looking like Gosden is starting to really make some moves here. Gosden slightly ahead of dorsal. On that last split, Gosden had a 32.04. Him and dorsal right now leading the field. Last length coming up here. Who's going to take it? Gosden first, dorsal second, Vennet third. Bucknell squeezes in between Gosden and Vennet. Dorsal puts up a 2:04.90. In this dual meet, no one really topping out. But by the same token, we're seeing some impressive work. Loyola 147, Bucknell 60. Those scores potentially about to swing further to Loyola. The women's score, I believe, keeps not popping up. I'm trying to see it, see if we get anything here. But that's going to be something to continually monitor because the women's score is the one that's coming down right to the finish. Bucknell should still be in front. But I misled you there before, so don't take my word for it. Here's the women's 500-yard freestyle. So one of the distance races here. We'll have some time to scope this one out a little bit. Clara Renner has the best time in the Patriot League this year, but she is not in this race, as you see in terms of your lane assignments on your screen. Renner for Bucknell put up a 4:48.55 in the Bucknell Invitational. That's more than 2 seconds better than Molly Weber of Army, who's the next best time. In terms of active swimmers, you got to look at Kelly Byrne for Bucknell, who has the 8th best time, clocked at the Bucknell Invitational, a 4:58.13. Byrne leading the way in 5. Riley Giles right there with her. So we're 5 lengths into a 20-length race, quarter of the way through. And Byrne is there. 30.60 split last length there. Let's see. Is Giles going to make up some ground on her teammate Byrne there? I think it's the other way around. Starting to see Byrne turn it up a gear here. Nobody under 31 on that last split except for Byrne. This next touch will be the halfway point of the women's 500-yard freestyle. After this, we'll have the men's 500 free, a couple of heats in that. Then the women's 100 fly, men's 100 fly. 10-minute break at that point, and then we'll have the 2 IMs and the 2 freestyle races on the relay, rather. And a few heats there. So hoping we can get the scoreboard to show the women's score. That is the one that we're looking to have a more accurate picture of. We keep seeing the men's score, but Loyola is ahead by a wide margin there. Speaking of being ahead, you're starting to see Byrne increase the body lengths that she's ahead of her teammate Giles in lane 3. As Byrne might be on the cusp of clocking a really impressive time. That to be the 14th length completed by Byrne. Three or four body lengths behind Byrne is Giles. Nobody else in the picture aside from Hastings in 7, who actually has it really close with Giles. Seeing Byrne's one of the better distance swimmers in the league. Is pushing the envelope here. 17th length complete for Byrne. Remember, on the women's side, this is a really close meet. And right now on the women's side, Bucknell is well positioned for 1, 2, 3. Here's the bell. Down and back. And Bucknell might sweep the top 3 here. It's looking likely. Is there something to say about it by Riley Freed in lane 6? Maybe she can catch Hastings in 7, but she's got some lengths to make up, and there's not going to be enough time. Byrne cruises in, Giles right behind her, and Hastings in 3rd. Wait, I apologize. I had that wrong somehow. It was, no, they had it wrong on the, how did Byrne get 6? Bucknell will take 1, 2. Hughes in 3, said 6th. I'm not sure if there was something there or if I had that wrong. I thought I had that correct. I was pretty confident in that. And now there's a light that went out, so they're going to have to iron out a few things here. As we have it right now, I mean, did I see something wrong? I think Bucknell had 1, 2, 3 there, but I'm sure that'll get adjusted here. Go to the men's 500 free here. And the men's swimmers are waiting on the side of the blocks. So Bucknell on the women's side should still be in front. Men's side is pretty much closed up here. Men's 500 free. Underway. Looking at the top times for both teams. Chris Kopak has Bucknell's best, a 4:31.92 at the Bucknell Invite, 19th best in the league. For Loyola, they have 2 top 10 times. Alex Plavaco is one of 2 to do that. He is in the middle of your picture, lane 4. And Hayden Bartz moves towards the bottom of your screen in lane 2. As the 8th best time in league swimming this year. So 500-yard freestyle about to hit the quarter mark. We're just past it. Crossing for Bucknell. Is making some headway here. Holding an early lead, ever so slightly over Bartz. So seeing if Alex Crossing can find a way to really help his team out and put up a good time. One of the things, of course, you look at around this time of year is those conference meet lineups, what your best combination is, and for Coach Schinnerer and the Bucknell coaching staff, there's certainly some things they got to look at here. Crossing, a junior from Victor, New York. 5th fastest 500 freestyle coming into the year in school history. 6th best in Bison history in the 1,000 free. And 7th best in the 1650 free. Apologies if you're having trouble with picture on your screen earlier. Try to do the best you can just from an audio standpoint, filling you in if you're missing anything. Crossing is now on pace for 2nd, as Bartz of Loyola is just edging him out. Hughes for Loyola also in the mix. He's currently in 3rd after 14 lengths. Two body length lead for Bartz over Crossing as Loyola looks to capture another 1st place. Closing in on the 16th length completed. Bartz surging towards the wall. Maybe slowed up a little bit there towards the end. Crossing clocked a 27.87 split to Bartz's 28.32. So Crossing not going away for the Bucknell Bison. He's a distance swimmer. This is his area. Hayden Bartz, a freshman, has put up some nice numbers. There's the bell. It is Bartz, a 1/10 of a second ahead of Crossing, heading into the final 2 lengths. They swim side by side. This is going to be a photo finish. Hopefully there's the photo capability for you to see it right now. Crossing in 3. Bartz in 2. Who will get there first? It is Crossing. He wins it for Bucknell. 4:35.47 to 4:35.71. Crossing turned it up a notch at the end and wins the 500-yard men's freestyle for the Bucknell Bison. Going to do a 2nd heat here, so. We'll take care of that now. Hughes in lane 6 finished 3rd for Loyola. So the Greyhounds were able to take 2-3 in that race. Just two swimmers here. It is Joe Coleman for Loyola in 4 and Sam Sweetser. He is in lane 5. After that, the women's 100 fly, and then we'll go to one more break. Sweetser, a couple lengths ahead after 4 lengths. About to reach the halfway mark of this second heat. Men's 500 free is going along after this. Again, as a reminder, got the 100 fly on both the women's and men's sides, and then we have the 3-meter diving. Then we'll go 200 IM, couple heats for the women, couple heats for the men. 400-yard freestyle relay, 400-yard freestyle relay, and that'll be a wrap. Hopefully we have a combined score on the women's side to show, because we've been showing you the men's score, which has been really heavily favoring Loyola, but the women's race unofficially, and I mean very, very unofficially, I've not actually tallied up numbers, I've just gone off of when we've seen the numbers and then saying, okay, who's won these races. Bucknell, I think, should have a slight edge. Maybe it's more than slight. Maybe I'm just completely wrong. But when they show the scores, we'll have a better picture of that. For now, we're going to finish off this heat here on the men's 500 free. We're heading towards the finish line. And get the bell ready to go. Got to ring it here to signify that there's only 50 yards remaining. Sweetser hears it in lane 5. And now Coleman in 4 will follow suit, heading on to his final 2 lengths. These are the programs in the Patriot League men's swimming side where it's been them swapping 3 and 4 every year for the last half decade. It's been remarkable to see. This is an important dual meet for both these programs. Loyola is having a really impressive year. Strong year for Bucknell as well, but Loyola, just in terms of what they've been able to do on the men's side, really, really has pushed the envelope this year thus far. But Bucknell is going to have home pool advantage in a month plus for the Patriot League Championship swim meet. Women's meet will be February 19th beginning, and the men's meet will follow the week after. Here we go to the women's 100 fly. Renner for Bucknell in 5, their top option in this. Lily Mead, second best time in the Patriot League, is not competing in the 100 fly here. So again, remember, this is a tight dual meet, which we once again don't have the score to show you. We'll have it soon, hopefully. Renner in 5, leading the way. In lane 2, it's Latham for Loyola. Renner will have 1, but Loyola should take 2, 3. Schultz to Mason 3, Latham 4. So Loyola takes 2 through 4. But Clara Renner, the reigning Patriot League Swimmer of the Week, keeping up that impressive freshman season. Hundred-yard fly here on the men's side. We'll go to our next and final break after we conclude this. Coyle leading the way for Loyola. Top of your screen in lane 8. See on our wide view here how things look. Who will touch first? It is Hayburn, Hearn, Coyle, Shinnick. 1 through 4, all Greyhounds. What a strong performance Loyola is having as they take spots 1 through 4 in this one. We're going to take our final break, and we'll come back to close up shop. This dual meet coming down to the finish. We'll be back after this here on YouTube. Back in Lewisburg, the women's 200 IM with this swim meet winding down. Sam Cooperman with you. Give you an updated score when we have it there. Lily Mead is top performer for anyone in the Patriot League in this event. She got an NCAA B cut at the Toyota US Open Championships in Greensboro, North Carolina last month. The backstroke is her bread and butter, which she's obviously doing right now. But she excels really across the board, so it's not fair to say, well, this is where she has the real advantage. Lily Mead's just been a really good swimmer. Right now, Bucknell is getting a strong start there as Kyla Kelly, who's got the 7th best time in the women's IM. About 0.25 seconds behind her teammate, Clara Renner, who's got the best for anyone on Bucknell. So it's those lanes up top that you want to keep your eyes peeled towards. 5 and 6, Kelly and 5 for Bucknell. It's Mead and 6 for the Loyola Greyhounds, and it looks like Kelly might be out in front of her right now. All right, 6 lengths gone, final 2. On to the freestyle. Mead's gonna have to make up some ground here. Remember, the meet score, which we don't have the official numbers on, is very close. Or at least was the last time we saw the numbers. Let's see. Is it going to be Kelly? Is it going to be Mead? Right now it looks like Kelly. Who's going to touch first? It'll be close. It is Kelly. 206.58 to 206.85. Razor thin margin. And Bucknell gets the win in the 200 IM on the women's side. Kyla Kelly, Jr. for the Bucknell Bison. It is Sky Sunderhoff who gets 3rd for Bucknell. Do a second heat here. Noelle Hoffman for Loyola, followed by Jillian Camperlango of Bucknell, Julia Mason, Kendall Lukey, Braden Bowen, and Sammy Yurkis. Yurkis is up there in 8. Bowen, who has the early edge. They shift to the backstroke. Braden Bowen, a senior for Loyola. Lanes 5 and 6 ahead of the field. Bowen and Lukey are 1-2. I'm saying her name Lukey, it's Lucky. I want to apologize there, got that wrong. Kendall Lucky, a senior from Darien, Connecticut for the Bucknell Bison. Coach Dan Schinnerer. Length 6 complete. Freestyle time. And it is Lucky in 5. There's a couple body lengths ahead. Bowen got off to a strong start, but she's lost some steam since then. Mason in 4 for Loyola. Julia Mason, a freshman, the next closest. Lucky will cruise to a win here. Mason follows. Who takes third? That will be tight. And it is lane 2. Hoffman third. Noel Hoffman for Loyola. Men's 200 IM, 2 heats, followed by the women's 400 freestyle relay, men's 400 freestyle relay, and that will be a wrap. In the 200 IM, Andy Dorsal's got the best time for Bucknell this year, 9:49.71. Loyola's top performance, Brennan Coyle, 1:47.77, 5th best in the league. Coyle is not competing. Luke Dwyer, however, is. His best is 1:48.92, 9th best in the league at the H2 ounce. So we keep seeing the men's score, waiting for that women's score. Backstroke is complete. Dorsal in 5, starting to take control for Bucknell. Dorsal pushing. And Dorsal, 6 lengths in the books. He's in front. Onto the freestyle. Bucknell could take 1-2 in this. Guanadana in 3, making the case for second. Dorsal, it's not close. Guanadana 2. The laser for Loyola finishes third. Do one more heat. Josh Stegner for Loyola, junior in 2. Elias Korn in 4 is for Loyola. Kieran Leary, 6 for Loyola. And Hayden Bartz in 8, freshman there. So it's all Loyola in this second heat. Get those guys some extra run. And we'll go to the final 2 relays to cap off this Patriot League meet. So we're supposed to have Stegner in lane 2. We don't, so it's just 4, 5, 6 on your screen as you see. 200 IM. Fly done. Backstroke here. So Stegner is in 4, so let me correct myself there. Korn is in 5, and Leary in 6. So Bartz is not going. And it is Stegner in 4 who's in front as we turn to the breaststroke after this. After Stegner, we go to the 2 relays, 400-yard freestyle relay. And We don't have Loyola's teams up there on our heat sheet. They must have got cut off, but you'll see on the deck right there, obviously the Greyhounds will have some teams ready to go in the 400 freestyle relay. So have that for you. Let me see if we can possibly pull up this on Swim Cloud. See, maybe we can get you some scores there in the event that don't have it up on the board. They have any of this live. Stagner, Leary, Korn go there. On to the women's 400 freestyle relay. So Bucknell D relay team is in 1. We don't have a team signify, but you could probably guess that Loyola A team is in 4. Yeah, we don't have the actual swimmers for them in order, so apologies on that front. Sophia Burns is kicking off for Bucknell B in 3. Sarah Ketron for Bucknell A in lane 5. Lane 4, Loyola, after the first 2 lengths, is in front. So the 400 freestyle relay, not one that every team will go with in terms of the regular competition. Bucknell's best time is 3:23.14 at the Bucknell Invitational. At the Bucknell Invite, Yukon, Delaware, Davidson, and Fordham were here. Looking like Loyola's group in lane 4. Take that edge 6 lengths in. All right, halfway there. The next leg of this one, it's part 3. Looking like Loyola, Bucknell, Loyola top 3 as of now, followed by Bucknell 4. Loyola building up a healthy lead in 4. About 3 body lengths. Now you got to watch for Loyola in 6. See if the Greyhounds relay team there. Again, we don't have numbers on that. Apologies there on the women's side. Or letters, I should say, obviously. But Loyola is going to take first unless something happens here. Bucknell's really going to need a monster performance from Riley Giles in lane 5 right now. And then in lane 6, Loyola's other relay team starting to fall behind. So Bucknell looks like it should take second. Last split, Loyola had half a second edge. So the lead is widening. This will be it here. Loyola's going to take first. Bucknell set for second. And Loyola, which again, we don't know for sure, but you figure their B relay team will wrap up in 3rd. Goes Loyola, Bucknell. Hang out, we'll see. And it'll be Loyola in third. So Bucknell's A team of Sarah Ketron, Jennifer Bolden, Virginia Hastings, and Riley Giles finished second. Now let's go to the women's, or rather the men's 400 freestyle relay that'll cap off this meet. Kinney Natatorium is going to have a whole lot of swimmers in here about a month's time from now. A little sneak peek of that here today. And now the two sides with their respective cheers. One of the great things about swim meets is the energy that's in the building. Bison women will wrap up their Patriot League swimming slate against Lehigh a week from tomorrow. They'll host the Mountain Hawks at 1. One more Bison invite at the beginning of February. And then it's all ahead to the Patriot League Championships. Women's side is February 19th through 22nd. And, of course, that's going to be right here at the Kinney Natatorium. Last year was at Navy. This year in Lewisburg. And when you look at Lejeune Hall down there in Annapolis and Kinney Natatorium here in Lewisburg, you got two beautiful venues to host the Patriot League tournament, and that's what they'll typically do. Location-wise, a lot of reasons. Men's championships during that time as well. So the Patriot League swim meet is a month from Sunday. And that's here in Lewisburg. Men's 400 freestyle relay. Loyola's A, Joe Hayburn, kicks him off in 4. Bucknell's A relay team, Justin DeSanto in 5. Bucknell's top time is 3:00.25, fourth best in the Patriot League. And the best that Loyola has done is 2:55.41, second best in the league. That's in the H2 Allens invite. All right, second leg, here we go. Everybody else catching up. Tyler Nurek for Loyola. Damian Petworski for Bucknell. And it's Nurek in 4. That's got a length and a half on second place. Ready for the third leg of this relay. The two A squads neck and neck. And Loyola B currently slated for third. Bucknell in lane 5, Colin Smith, the sophomore. Loyola in 4, Henry Mueller, the senior. Mueller extending the lead halfway through their duties as part of this 400 freestyle relay group. Mueller the driving force. The anchor for Bucknell is Chris Kopak in 5. It's Caleb Kelly for Loyola in 4. Kelly will start with an advantage. Kelly is in. Kelly was making sure not to go early. It's almost like he caught himself to wait to make sure that Mueller had touched. But you see why Kelly is batting cleanup here. He gained 1.5 seconds on that last split. Closing time. Loyola is going to take first in this relay as well. What a strong relay program the Greyhounds have. We saw that at the start of the meet, and we're seeing it here at the end of the meet. Kelly dominates. Bucknell takes second, and Loyola will take third as well. Really good performance for the Greyhounds here today at the Kinney Natatorium. Saw it up and down the roster, all throughout the heat sheet. At the Loyola Greyhounds go back to Baltimore happy with the work that was done here today inside the Kinney Natatorium. Wait and see if they're going to show us some final scores before we get out of here. Women's score, Bucknell 177, Loyola 123. That is a final. Figured Bucknell had it, but wasn't sure if it would be a little closer than that. But Bucknell won some key races. And the Bison women take the win. Loyola's women's record will drop to 5-3. As the Bucknell women's record will improve here. Again, you're looking at times more than dual records, but be that as it may, you're still wanting to see how things fare on that front, and you want to see your team go out and win races, and that's what Bucknell was able to do today. So hat tip to the Bison, who will now improve their record to 5-2 and 4-2 in league competition. Loyola men get a win here to go to 6-2, and the Bison men will drop to 3-4 with their loss here today. Again, Bucknell's got Lehigh coming up in its regular season finale. They'll have one more invitational at home before it's full steam ahead to the Patriot League meet happening here inside the beautiful Kinney Natatorium in chilly Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. The Greyhounds next week are at Army on Saturday, and then in the Mangione Aquatic Center, they will host Mount St. Mary's for their final meet of the year. So big hat tip to our entire crew working this one today on this Friday afternoon. The Greyhounds and the Bison do battle in the pool. It's a split. Loyola on the men's side, the win. Bucknell on the women's side with the win. For our entire team, Sam Cooperman saying so long and good night. Have a great weekend. You've been watching this here on Bucknell Bison on YouTube. So long and have a great rest of your day.